Coming to you live from Tallahassee, Florida. I've run Anthony, the captain here, bringing you the action for the Athlete Championship Series. It's Game 3 in this Tiller Tournament Series between the Nevada Sundogs and the Tallahassee Lassies. The series is tied at 1 apiece. That being said, let's go to the starting lineup for the visiting Nevada Sundogs. Goes a little something like this. Lindsey Francis is going to be kicking things off, followed by Shea Brown, Bill Barker, Tim Washington, Sam the Flame Martin, he'll be at second, followed by Rusty Montgomery, he'll be at first, Mark Weber at short, Denise Loden in left, and the pitcher, Eric Slopey. They're going to be scoring off against Scarlett Johansson. That being said, let's go to the playing field. Lindsey Francis is up. And we're underway, and a pop-up, and putting away is Chloe Lukasiak. Next up, we have Shea Brown. And, had to back up a little bit. It's ball one. And swing and a miss, 1-1. And in the air to right. And under it is Kalani Hilliker for out number 2. Let's see what Bill Barker does, Captain America. And on the ground, foul. Nowhere close, 1-1. And swing and a miss, 1-2 now. And got him swinging. 1, 2, 3 go the Sundogs. Lassie's coming to bat. Before they do, let's go to the starting lineup. We got Rebel Wilson, followed by Lady Gaga, Mariah Carey, Anna Kendrick, Kalani Hilliker, Haley Steinfeld, Jennifer Garner, Chloe Lukasiak, and the pitcher, Scarjo. They were squaring off against Eric Slopey. Let's see what Rebel Wilson does. And tails outside, 1-0. And swing and a miss, 1-1. And Rebel Wilson takes 2-1. And on the ground. And throw to first is in time. Let's see what Lady Gaga does. And just snips the outside corner. 0-1. And tails back inside just in time. 0-2 now. And waste pitch over there. 1-2. And got her swinging. Mariah Carey's up next. She'll be number 3. And in there, in the inside, 1-0. And so we're going to miss a ball in the dirt, 1-1. And outside, nowhere close, 2-1. And pop up under us, Washington. And that'll be that. Nothing doing on the Lassie side. To the top of the second we go. Starting with Tim Washington. And just outside, 1-0. And pop up, Scarjo. And Washington's retired. Let's see what Sam the Flame Martin does. And pop up, Scarjo again. And Sam Martin's retired. In steps Rusty Montgomery. And in the air to center, right center. Who has it? It is Anna Kendrick, and that'll be that. 1, 2, 3 go the Sundogs. No score. Speaking of Anna Kendrick, she's up next. Kicking things off at the bottom of the second. And swing and a miss, strike 1. And just in on the outside, 0-2. Oh, almost got her. Had to back up a little bit. It's 1-2 now. 2-2 now. To Chuck Woolery. And juts a foul over to the left side. And got her looking. Kalani Hilliker's up next. And swinging a miss at the ball, the letters 0-1. lays off in the dirt, 1-1. And 1-2 now. And back over Slopey. Slopey over to Montgomery for out number 2. Haley Steinfeld's up next. And 1-0. And lays off the ball in the dirt, 2-0. And shots it foul to the right side. And on the ground, foul. Full count now. Payout punch coming right here, right now from Eric Slopey. And got her looking. 6 up, 6 down for the Lassies. To the top of the inning number 3 we go, starting with the bottom of the lineup. Here comes Mark Weber. And pop up under us Chloe. And 1 pitch, 1 gone for Mark Weber. Denise Loden's up next. And in the air to left. And it's going to be a base hit for the Sundogs. And Denise Loden has a double out of this one. In steps the pitcher, Eric Slopey. Pitcher versus pitcher, and it's ball 1. Strike 1. And swing and a miss from the pitcher, Slopey, 1-2. And tries to ring him up, but he wisely lays off, 2-2. And 1 strike 3, but it's full count. And got him swinging. Back to the top of the lineup for Lindsay Francis, the Golden Girl. And swing and a miss, 0-1. And in the air to right, under us Kalani Hilliker. And the side is retired. 1 left for the Sundogs. Still no score. To the bottom of the lineup we go for the Lassies, starting with Jennifer Garner. And inside, 1-0. And swinging a miss, a ball in the dirt, 1-1. Way outside, nowhere close, 2-1. And swinging a miss, a ball at the letters, Chuck Woolery count. And here comes the Chuck Woolery. Full count now. Payout punch coming right here, right now. And into the left center base hit. It's going to ricochet off the wall, and it's going to equal extra bases. So leadoff double to kick off the bottom of the 3rd, and then steps Chloe Lukasiak. And in the dirt, 1-0. And on the ground, Slopey has it. Throw over to Montgomery, and the throw was in time. Meanwhile, the runner moves over to 3rd. Scarjo is up next, so it's going to be pitcher versus pitcher. Throw over to 3rd, and the runner back. And almost got her, had to back up a little bit. And runner goes, and it's ball 2. And the runner back. Dive, but she's back. And swing and a miss, 2-1. And swing and a miss, 2-2. Chuck Woolery. And on the ground, foul. And swing and a miss. Got her swinging. Let's see what Rebel Wilson does. And 1-0 now. And in the air, playable to the left. And it's going to be foul. 1-1 now. And juts it over, and none shall pass as Denise Loden makes the save. Makes the catch. In steps Shea Brown, Warrior Princess, to begin the bottom of inning number 4. And juts it foul over to the right side. And swing and a miss, 2-2. 0-2, excuse me. Say goodnight. And let's see Bill Barker does. Strikeout victim his first trip. And we almost got him. Had to back up. And it's 2-0 now. On the ground, foul. And 3-1 now. Hitters count in favor of Bill Barker. And full count now. Right down Broadway. And got him swinging. See what big nasty Tim Washington does. 0 for 1 in the game. And swing and a miss. 0-1. 0-2. And got him swinging. Say goodnight. 3 up, 3 down for the Sundogs. To the bottom of the fourth we go, starting with Lady Gaga. She struck out her first trip. And swing and a miss, strike 1. Ball in the dirt. Bottom of the fourth, all goose eggs. And swing and a miss, strike 2. And say goodnight. Got her looking. Mariah Carey's up next. And in the air to right center field gap, base hit. And she's thinking extra bases. And it's going to be a leadoff. And it's going to be a triple. And it's not going to be a triple. She's out at third. They got her just in the nick of time. Let's see what Ann Kendrick does. Strikeout victim her first trip. And in the air to left. Under is Denise Loden. And the side is retired. Nothing doing this time around. Still no score. Top of the fifth we go. Starting with Sam the Flame Martin. And ScarJo misses badly on the ball inside. That one's a strike. And swing and a miss, 1-2. And got him swinging. Let's see what Rusty Montgomery does. 0 for 1 in the game. And tries to nip the outside corner, but it misses, 1-0. And in the center, base hit for Montgomery. Runner first, 1 gone. In steps Mark Weber. And inside, ball 1. Ball 2 outside. And 2-1 now. And in the air, deep drive. Goose egg cracked. 2-run shot for Mark Weber. And the Sundogs draw first blood here in the top of the fifth. Let's see what Denise Loden does. She's got a double her first trip. And 1-0 this time from ScarJo. And pop up under us Chloe Lukasiak. And 2 down in the fifth. Eric Slopey's up next. Strikeout victim his first trip. And back over ScarJo. ScarJo over to Rebel Wilson for out number 3. 2-run Johnson for Mark Weber cracks the goose egg on the Sundogs' part. Let's see what goes on the bottom of the fifth for the Lassies as Kalani Hilliker makes her way to the plate. And swing and a miss, strike 1. Speaking of Kalani Hilliker, she and Chloe Lukasiak just celebrated the 11th anniversary, the 13th anniversary, if you would, of Dance Moms. And they had a reunion on Lifetime not too long ago. And swing and a miss, Chuck will recount. Dance Moms first premiered in 2011 on Lifetime, and it's become one of Lifetime's most popular shows. And it's full count now. And in the air to right, and under it is Shea Brown, Warrior Princess. And let's see what Haley Steinfeld does. Strikeout victim her first trip. And nowhere close, 1-0. Way outside that time. And over to right, and it's a base hit. It'll ricochet off the wall. It'll equal extra bases and then some. Runner at second, 1 gone. And then steps Jennifer Garner, who doubled her last trip. And tries to nip the outside corner, but I don't agree with that. It's ball 1. That one's a strike. Swinging and missing in the dirt. And swing and miss again. A little late on that. Runner goes. And ball 2. And the runner retreats. The Chuck Woolery. And got her swinging. Next up is Chloe Lukasiak. 0 for 1 in the game. And in the air, Judson to center base hit. And there's going to be runners at the corners with 2 gone. And in steps Scarjo. Strikeout victim of first trip. And tries to tail back inside, but it's too little too late. 1-0. And throw for third. And the runner back. And Judson foul over to the left side. 2-1 now. And 3-1 now. And on the ground. And they're just going to throw it to second, and that'll be that. Nothing doing here on the Lassies' part. Still 2-0 in favor of the Sundogs. And we'll go back to the top of the lineup for the top of inning number 6 for the Golden Girl, Lindsey Francis. And she scores a base hit. Shea Brown's up next. 0 for 2 in the game. And nips the outside corner, strike 1. And backs up a little bit, 1-1. And runner goes, strike 2. And the throw to second, and got her by a mile. Oh, hit by a pitch. And I doubt that was on purpose. Nope. And let's go, we'll see what Bill Barker does. And he breaks the cold streak. And it's going to be first and second with only 1 gone. And in steps Tim Washington. And Big Nasty takes ball 1 inside. And juts a foul over to the left, to the right side. And in the dirt, Wisely waves off, 2-1. And in the air, deep drive. Say goodbye. Kiss that ball goodbye. Big Nasty is alive and well. He's got a 3-run Johnson. 5-0 in favor of the Sundogs. Sam the Flame Martin is waiting to turn the flame on. And the flame's going to be remaining off as Scarjo puts it away. Next up is Rusty Montgomery. 1 for 2 in the game. And on the ground, foul. Outside, way outside. 1-1. And swing and a miss, 1-2. And in the air, deep drive, gone! Rusty Montgomery doing it for his buddy, his fallen buddy Sean Atkinson. 6-0 in favor of the Sundogs. Instead, Mark Wormer, he homered in his last trip. And outside, nowhere close, 1-0. And ball 2 now, inside. And swing and a miss, a ball in the dirt, 2-1. And strike 2, just nipping the inside corner. And 3-2 now. Power pitch coming right here, right now. And got him. 2 homers, 4 runs in this. It's now 6-0 in favor of the Sundogs. And beginning the bottom of inning number 6 is Rebel Wilson. And swing and a miss on that one, strike 1. And 1-1 now. And back over to the pitcher, over to first is in time. Let's see what Lady Gaga does. 2 strikeouts in her two trips. And in the air, Shea Brown has it. And 1 pitch, 1 gone. Let's see what Mariah Carey does. Double her last trip. And 1-0. And Judson over to center, base hit. Let's see what Anna Kendrick does. Over 2 in the game. And tails outside. 1-2. 1-0. And in the air. Deep drive. Out of here! Did you ever see a Lassie go this way and that way? I saw 2 and they've gone home. The Lassies are on the board. 6-2. Let's see what Kalani Hilger does. 0 for 2 in the game. And we're going to have a pitching change. Jamie Conemack is going to be taking over on the mound for the Sundogs. 1-0 for Jamie Conomack. Check out our latest vlog, excuse me, on Chatty Chat with Conomack. And Kalani knocks it out of the park. Knocks it in the bleachers. It's now 6-3 in favor of the Sundogs. Let's see what Haley Steinfeld does. Double her last trip, and it's inside, 1-0. And in the door, wisely lays off, 2-0. 3-0 now. On the verge of losing Haley Steinfeld. And just inside, just tails inside. 3-1 now. And curveball in there for strike 2. Payoff pitch coming. And got her swinging. Lassies are slowly but surely coming back. 6-3 is the score. To the top of the 7th we go, starting with Denise loading. And we're going to be having a pitching change on the Lassies with Tia Mowry. And over to short. Throw over to first is in time from Emily Junk over to Fat Amy. And we're going to have a pinch hitter. That's going to be it for Jamie Conomack. The Abrahammer, Janet Abraham, is going to be taking over. And over in center. And putting away is Anna Kendrick. Let's see what Lindsay Francis does as we have that to the top of the lineup. Oh, almost got her. 1-0. And looks like she's swinging a garden hose on that one. 1-1. And swing and a miss. 1-2. Oh, almost had to back up a little bit. Chuck rolled the count. And got her swinging. Time to get up and stretch. When we come back, the bottom of the line starting with Jennifer Garner. And Kara Madison is going to be taking over the mound. She'll be meeting with Jennifer Garner. And curveball back inside. 0-1. And swing and a miss. 0-2. Tried to golf out that one that time. And say goodnight. See what Chloe Lukasiak does. 1 for 2 in the game. Oh, juts it foul. And 1-1 now. And in there for 1-2. And got her swinging. We're going to be having a pitching change, and we're going to have a pinch hitter. Drew Barrymore's going to be taking over. It's going to be it for Tia Mowry. And over and right, and Shea Brown has it. And it's 1-2-3 for the Lassies. To the top of the 8th we go. Shea Brown's going to be at the plate. She'll be squaring off against Kelly Clarkson. And base hit for Shea Brown, Warrior Princess, and then some. And it's going to be a leadoff double for the Warrior Princess. Bill Barker's up next, 1 for 3 in the game. Couple of strikeouts his first 2 trips. And lays off the ball in the dirt, 1-2. 1-0, excuse me. And 1-1 now. And tries to get strike 2, but instead it's ball 2. That's strike 2. The Truck Woolery. And uppercuts it under his Chloe Lukasiak and foul ground. And Bill Barker's retired. Next up is Tim Washington. He homered his last trip. And that's a tough call, but it's ball 1. Ball 2 now inside. And in the air to center. And putting away is Anna Kendrick. Sam the Flame Martin, so far on the cold streak. 0 for 3 in the game. And ball 2 now. And in the air to center. And Sam Martin's going to be 0 for 4. And Anna Kendrick puts it away. 1 left for the Sundogs. They still lead at 6-3. To the bottom of the 8th we go, starting with Rebel Wilson. She'll square off against Karen Magnuson. And Madison gets a ball in the dirt, 1-0. And jumps it over to the left. Base hit. That's going to equal extra bases for sure. And Rebel Wilson is in there. We'll see what Lady Gaga does. 0 for 3 in the game. The potential go-ahead run, the potential tying run, is on deck with Lady Gaga, with Mariah Carey, And ball 1. And swinging and misses a ball in the dirt. Try to golf with that one. And on the ground, over to first. And get the out there. And the runner back safely. Just in the nick of time. Let's see what Mariah Carey does. And tries to tail back inside, but it's too little too late. 1-0. And base hit. And that's going to equal runs. Scoring is Rebel Wilson. To second is Mariah Carey. And it's now 6-4 in favor of the Sundogs. That means the potential tying run is at the plate with Anna Kendrick, who homered her last AB. And it's going to be in center. But then Rebel Wilson tags up. And it's going to be a little bit of a sacrifice. But the runner moves ahead in 90 feet. And Kalani Hilliker, who homered it, and she gets the base hit. Scoring is Rebel Wilson. The second is Kalani Hilliker. It's now 6-5 in favor of the Sundogs. Tying run in second. Go ahead run over at the plate with Haley Seinfeld. And tails back in too little too late. 1-0. And, early on that one. And on the ground. And the tying run's going to score. Go ahead run is at first. It's all 6 up. And in steps Jennifer Garner. Posey Schilling's going to be taking over on the mound for the Sundogs. And ball 1. As Olga Steinfeld, now the pitch. Ball 2 now. And in there for ball 3, curves inside. And wisely lays off. Tough to lay off, but she wisely did. 3-1. And in there for ball 2. For strike 2, Pow pitch coming. Runner's going to be on the move. And got her looking. We're all tied up. 6 apiece. To the top of the 9th we go. Starting with Rusty Montgomery for the Sundogs. And we're going to have a pitch and change. Taylor Swift is going to be taking over on the mound. Strike 1. The Swifties are on their feet now. And swing and a miss. 0-2 now. Say goodnight. Mark Weber's up next. 1 for 3 in the game. And we're going to have Stacy Blitch taking his place. And strike 1. And on the ground, foul. And Malibu looks at 1-2. Wisely lays off on that one. Chuck Wooler count. And got her swinging. Let's see what Denise Loden does. And we're going to be having Rockin' Ray Robles taking over. And back over to Swift. Swift over to Rebel Wilson for out number 3. 1, 2, 3 go the Sundogs. Last chance for Lassies. Chloe Lukaziak's up next, and she's a potential winning run in this one. And strike 1. Strike 2. And whacks it foul over to the left side, to the right side, And lays off easily, 1-2. And 2-2 now. The Chuck Woolery. Full count now. Coming from a 0-2 deficit. And it's ball 4. So the winner runs aboard. And we're going to be having a pinch hitter. J-Lo's going to be taking over. See if she can get the running run home. And swing and a miss. Strike one. Way early on that one. And lays off ball in the door. 1-1. And 2-1 now. And on the ground, this could be 2 out there. And 2 for the price of 1 for the Sundogs. Last chance for Rebel Wilson. And ball 1. And in the air. Deep drive. Ball game! Strike up the band. We're going home. Final score, 7-6 in favor of the Lassies. Lassies take game 3. And strike up the band because we're going home happy. Tallahassee's going home happy. And Taylor Swift's the winning pitcher. Posey Shalim the losing pitcher. It was a really tough one, but in the end, the Lassies take game 2. Take game 3. We'll reconvene right back here. And looking at the home runs, they speak for themselves. 1 homer apiece for Mark Weber, Tim Washington, Rusty Montgomery. And for the Lassies, we have Anna Kendrick, Rebel Wilson, and Kalani Hilliker. All right, folks, that's got to do it for this edition. Be sure to tune in later on tonight for the Bay League, where we have the Riveters and the Queens. Tune again for more spectacular Tiller tournament action. And until then, this is Anthony Hart, the captain, saying so long. And once again, do it for Michael Tiller!